my name is Charlotte and welcome to my YouTube channel. I am so excited to finally be recording this video. I've wanted to start a YouTube channel honestly since I was like 15. I tried to start a channel like back in the day, but it didn't happen. I made like one video and I was like, okay, no, I don't like this. But I was trying to be like a makeup guru and I don't really wear makeup, so I was just barking up the wrong tree. But anyway, we're back again. Starting again with something that I could not be more excited about. I cannot wait to share as much of my life and my fitness journey and everything with you guys. That is literally like thinking about it, talking about it just makes me smile so much if you can't tell. So yeah, that's that. If you don't know me, obviously my name is Charlotte. I am a 22-year-old personal trainer, college student, bartender, fitness Instagrammer, whatever you want to call me. I wear many hats. Sort of, not really, but you know what I mean. Yeah, so that's that. And if you couldn't tell by the title of this video, we are doing a little bit of a Q&A today. Just I figured it was like a good way for people to get to know me better, and that way if people stumble upon this video and they don't know who I am, well, now they will. So I'm just gonna read the questions off of Instagram. If you ever want to ask me any questions in the future, check that out. I will be doing more of these in the future. I'm probably gonna be doing some like, you know, juicy Q&As that people have been doing because I think those are so fun and I would love to film one of those. So if you're interested in that, let me know. Yeah, so let's just get right into it. First question, Alexis said, what are you going to school for / what year are you? I got this question a couple other times. I am going to school for sociology and I have a business minor as well, and then I am a 5th year / senior. I just finished my 7th semester. My 8th semester will be the fall semester, this coming semester, and then I'm going to be graduating in the spring. So yeah, that's that. Do you only get your income from bartending, or do you have another business on the side? Yes, my income does come strictly from bartending. I do make a little bit of money personal training, but not much. And then I do make a little bit of money off of Instagram, like commission codes, but very little. Yeah, it's all just bartending, and I do pay for school and my rent and my car and my groceries and, you know, all that's really super fun stuff. And bartending does support all of that, so that's really good. If you are a college student who's interested in bartending, it is like a really, really, really good job for a college student. The hours are terrible, I will tell you that, but it is so worth it. I love it. Honestly, this sounds so weird and probably so lame, but I wanted to be a bartender in college. Like, even when I was in high school, I thought it sounded like the most fun college job ever, and it is. It so is. I love it. I would not change it for the world, aside for the hours. How old are you? I already answered that. I'm 22. This one's really good. Is your diet the same as it was when you were a child and lived with your family? So yes, for the most part, I would say that I eat a lot of like similar foods. We ate like pretty like, you know, veggies, meats and stuff growing up. However, the only change is that I do not eat, I'm a pescatarian, so I don't eat like chicken, beef, pork, any of that stuff. So that's the only way it's kind of different. And then I do just, I think I'd eat healthier now per se. I just prioritize more like whole foods and stuff on a daily basis. I always ate that stuff growing up as well, but now that I like make my own food and stuff, I, you know, can choose what I eat more so than when I was a kid, you know, if that makes sense. How do you balance studying, work, and the gym? This is probably a better question for during the school year, but because right now it's obviously summer and I'm only taking one class and it's online, so it's not really that bad. How do I balance everything? It honestly just comes down to like prioritizing and knowing where I need to focus the most of my attention, and then planning. I use a bullet journal style sort of thing, not really like in a modified version. I'd love to do a video on that too if people care, how I organize my planner, because my planner is my baby. But yeah, my planner is like my favorite thing ever. Planning is key. Every day I make a list of what I have to do that day. So today I woke up, I went and trained, I came back, did some schoolwork towards some apartments, went to work, came back filming this video. All of that was written out so that I knew exactly what I had to do today. It makes it so much less overwhelming. And then I can kind of just plot things out in the day where I know that I have more time. So in the morning, like before I went and looked at apartments, I knew that I had X amount of time. So I knew that I could fit in the gym and finishing this assignment, and then it just kind of, I don't know, it's come down to the time management, and I haven't always been really good about that. when I was like a freshman, I used to struggle with it so much, and I did really bad in school my second semester because I had no time management skills and I had no discipline, honestly. I kind of just let myself do whatever I wanted, and I drank all the time, and I was a mess. And I did really bad in school as a result, but now I do not do really badly in school, and I have learned a lot. So yeah, my best tip would honestly be just like write stuff down. Don't just like say you're gonna do everything and like not have a plan. You have to plan things out or it's never gonna happen. So that's, I don't know. I feel like it's a bad answer, but I don't know. I could do a video on like, I think during the school year it'll be a lot easier for me to answer this. I would love to do a video on like time management as well. What is your go-to workout outfit? I don't know. I love my Ethos leggings, you guys know that. And then I just wear like Forever 21 crops a lot of the time. They're like my favorite thing. They're so comfy and they're so cheap. My whole thing is like, people make fitness this whole expensive like spiel, and it doesn't have to be, you know. All my workout clothes are from like Forever 21 and Ethos, and none of it's like more than $50-$60, which really isn't bad compared to like Lululemon. People spend like $100 on a pair of leggings, and that ain't it, sis. But anyway, moving on. My camera overheated, so sorry if the angle changed a little bit. It's a brand new camera and I'm a little bit frustrated by that, but it's okay. Anyway, starting over. Esther asked, how did you start in the fitness world? And honestly, it was kind of on a whim. I was literally sitting at my kitchen table and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna make an account and just start sharing my progress, because I'd been at it for like 2 years at that point, and I felt like I had no real documentation of my progress, and that was just kind of tough. And I wanted like a diary of my own experience and a way to kind of reflect on my own journey. Even if it had already been 2 years at that point, but I mean, you know, got a lot of years of fitnessing ahead of me, so I figured I'd just start it, basically. It was on a whim. I literally was sitting eating breakfast one day and I just made the page. It was last July, so it's been like 11 months now. What made you start working out, and what advice can you give to someone who would like to? So when I started working out, it honestly was to lose weight at first. I started working out at the end of my freshman year of college because I had gained a lot of weight from alcohol, honestly, and kind of just being an asshole and eating, I don't know, a lot of junk food and just being a dumbass. So I started off trying to lose weight, and I was mostly just like a cardio bunny, and I didn't really do anything else. And it was really unhealthy. I was eating like 800 calories a day, and it was really bad. So I was kind of yo-yo dieting on and off for like 2 years, like a year and a half, whatever. And then about a little over a year and a half ago, I had been in eating disorder recovery for a couple of months. I skipped a whole lot in there, if you can't tell. I do want to film a whole video on my fitness journey, like as a whole, starting from the beginning with like pictures and everything. If you want to see that, let me know. I really want to do that personally, so I hope that other people would be interested in seeing that. If not, then I won't do it. But if you are interested, that would be fun for me to do. But what was I saying? Oh yeah. So October of 2017, I found Brett Contreras's beginner program. It's called Bootyful Beginnings. I literally just wanted a bigger butt. That was honestly it. And I followed that for like 8 weeks. And then it kind of just grew from there, I guess. I just started, so I guess to answer the question of advice for someone who would like to start, I honestly feel like, well, Brett's program was a really good place for me to start. It was free, and I thought that it was really solid. It hit like all the major muscle groups, and was just really, Brett's a really informative guy. If you don't follow him on Instagram, I highly recommend it. He's so smart, has a PhD in some form of exercise science. I used to know it, but I don't anymore. So he kind of was my guiding factor. I guess just find like knowledgeable people who can really help you and give you good advice. And then just like, don't be afraid to just do it. I feel like people get in their head and they're like, oh, I have to like know exactly what I'm doing, and I have to have an exact set plan, and I have to know everything. You don't. You really don't. I am still learning new things every single day. I do not know everything, and I will never know everything. You don't have to like have a certain amount of knowledge to start, I guess, because if you never, I don't know. Basically, just don't be afraid to look things up, Google things, follow workouts on Instagram, follow my workouts. Self-plug, I'm sorry, I had to. And just don't be afraid to just like learn and make mistakes and just acknowledge the fact that you don't know the things yet, but that you can learn them and that they're really fun to learn. And once you do learn like more things about fitness, it really is so rewarding. And getting strong and feeling strong is the most, I cannot explain to you how good it is to feel strong. For my whole life, I wanted to feel strong and proud of myself, and fitness has done that for me. So honestly, the biggest thing is like, just don't be afraid to just like get after it and just start. I feel like people get in their own head about it, and it's just don't overthink it, I guess is another way of doing that. Would you ever consider going vegan/vegetarian? I don't think I could go vegan, maybe one day. I don't know, never say never. But I don't think I don't think I want to go vegan. I would consider going vegetarian for sure. I am a pescatarian, like I said. And cutting out fish. I just love my fish so much. I guess I would consider it, but I don't think the chances are high, if that makes sense. How often do you work out and take rest days? I struggle with rest days, so do you have any tips? I work out roughly 5 days a week, sometimes 4, sometimes 6, it kind of depends. I do take 2 rest days a week, usually, sometimes 1, sometimes 3, it kind of depends. But yeah, usually 2. Guys, rest days are so important. That's when you are recovering, that's when you're building your muscle. You need to be eating just as much on rest days as on your training days, because it's when your muscles are building themselves. If you're just beating your muscles into the ground every day, when are your muscles gonna grow? They're never gonna have time to recover. And if you don't take rest days, then your progress is definitely gonna be slower, I think. And it's just not good for your body. It puts a lot of stress on your muscles, your joints, your bones, everything. Because if you're not like letting your body recover, then how can you expect to be changing, I guess, if that makes sense. How long have you and your boyfriend been together? Zach and I have been together for a little over 2 years. We do have our official anniversary tomorrow, actually. But yeah, we've been together a little bit longer than that. We just didn't have we created our own anniversary because we didn't have one, and it's June 7th now. But yeah, a little over 2 years. How old were you when you first started working out? 19? 19, yeah. How long have you been training for? Working out regularly for a little over 2 years, give or take. Yeah, roughly. Are you religious? I am not religious. It's sunny and 70 outside. What's your favorite way to spend the day? I don't know. I honestly, this sounds so weird, but like sitting on my porch and reading is like my favorite thing in the world. I would definitely take the dogs for a long walk. That would be great. Yeah, I would just spend as much time outside in the sun as possible. 70 is a little bit warm for me, I will say. I'm a little bit happier around like 60, 62, so, you know. What is your whole meal plan for the day? I don't follow a meal plan, and I don't really track macros that strictly either. I'd say an average day on my plate, I usually eat like egg whites and veggies and toast with something in the morning before I work out. And then after I work out, I either make like protein pancakes or waffles or oatmeal. And then I'll have like an afternoon snack. It varies every single day. Sometimes it's more egg whites, sometimes it's a bar, sometimes it's fruit, sometimes it's a salad. I don't know, it depends on the day. Dinner is usually either like potatoes or rice, and then some form of fish, usually shrimp or salmon. Those are my 2 favorites. And then lots of veggies. And then I always eat something sweet. Lately I've been loving the Aldi like low calorie ice creams. They're so good. Lauren said, what is the hardest obstacle you've had to cross in your fitness journey? I did develop an eating disorder after I had been at it for a little over a year, a little under a year actually. I went through a really hard breakup, and I wouldn't say that it was a result of that, but I kind of felt really out of control with the rest of my life after that. I felt like I had no place in this world, and I kind of felt really hopeless and lost. And yeah, I guess that was kind of my way of coping. And I know that sounds really weird and I feel like I'm gonna get some hate for that, but that was where I was, and that was what happened. And that was the hardest thing I've had to overcome so far. So, yeah. Is there anything you don't like about Ohio State? Yeah, there are. So OSU is obviously a massive school, which has a lot of bonuses about it, but it also has some downsides. So you are honestly just a number to them. You are not a person. You literally are a number. So there's nothing really personalized about it, but that's kind of what you sign up for if you go here. So you kind of just have to like know that going into it. I don't know. I guess saying I don't like that isn't really fair, but it is kind of hard sometimes just knowing that like you have to really go out of your way to like make a name for yourself, and you have to really go out of your way if you want your professors to know who you are, if you want to, I don't know. And it can be kind of hard to make friends. I am sitting here as a 4th year and I really feel like I don't really have like a super solid social circle. And I know that sounds really lame and I feel like people are going to be kind of, you know, weirded out by that. But yeah, it can be really hard to make friends, and you have to really, like I said, you really have to go out of your way for it, because it doesn't just fall into your lap. You have to look for it. How does it feel to have so many people's eyes on you, like seeing every post? This is a good question. Honestly, a lot of the time, I don't really think about it. What I do kind of get caught up in is the people that I know, like in real life. That's what I get stuck on, is what they think about it, because I don't really talk to people about it. I don't really make a big deal out of it. I only really talk about it like when I'm prompted. So that's kind of the hardest thing about it. It doesn't really bother me outside of that. And I think it's kind of cool that I get to connect with so many people all over the planet through like a little app. I think that's amazing. And I've met people from all over the world, made some really awesome connections through that. And I think that's honestly amazing. But yeah, like I said, I do get really stuck on the people that I know, because I feel like I can't really talk about it. And I feel like if I worry that if I do talk about it, it sounds braggy, and I never want it to come off like that, because I don't feel that way about it at all. But yeah, I don't know, that's I love it, besides that little part, I guess. Somebody asked that whey protein upsets their stomach, and they're wondering if it is a brand thing, if lower quality brands won't sit well, and if I have dealt with that. I personally have not dealt with that, so I really can't speak to that very much. But I know that the heat, the protein, the temperature that the protein is processed at can affect people's stomachs differently. So I would definitely look into that. If the proteins that you've been using are cold processed, then you're gonna want to try a heat processed protein. And if you're using heat processed proteins, then you're gonna want to try a cold processed protein. I don't really know much about the science behind that, but that is what I've read from other people, so that's that. Rachel said, how tall are you? I am 5'6". Favorite food? Oh goodness, this is so hard. Probably peanut butter. Yeah. What is the most useless talent you have? Oh my god. I remember when I'm bartending, I remember what everybody's drinking. I guess it's not useless though, but in actual practicality, that's really useless. But in my job, it's very useful, I guess. So. Would you ever pursue a career in the fitness and health industry? Absolutely, I would. I don't really have the qualifications for that right now, though, so I'd probably have to go back to school for it. And then, would you rather work out in a group of friends or alone? Definitely alone. I don't really like working out with other people, except Casey. I love working out with Casey. We haven't done that in a while, but I do love working out with her. Do you ever eat junk food? Yes, absolutely. On a daily basis? No. But yeah, Doritos are a favorite of mine. Sun Chips, also a favorite of mine. I love pizza and french fries. I work at a bar with a lot of fried food, so on a weekly basis I do definitely eat french fries a decent amount. Yeah. Good drinks to order at the bar that won't kill progress? This is fun. Well, everything in moderation, obviously. If you want to drink a beer, drink a beer. Obviously, that's not going to be the most macro-friendly option, and a lot of them are really carb-heavy, but if you want a beer, drink a beer. Just don't drink 20, you know? Personally, I drink vodka waters with lime juice. I like Kettle One and Tito's the best. The Kettle One Botanicals, the flavored ones, are amazing. Amazing. They're so good. I drink those with water and lime juice. Soda is a good option. Any diet soda is a really good option. Yeah, just stay away from like the full sugar sodas. If you really want them, obviously, you know, like I said, everything in moderation. But yeah, I mean, if you want to drink like a few drinks, I'd go for like soda water, regular water, diet anything, sugar-free Red Bull if you like Red Bull. Do you eat anything before you train early in the morning? Usually I don't train super early in the morning. Usually I go to the gym around like 10 or 11, and I do always eat before I work out. I never go to the gym on an empty stomach. I don't feel good if I work out on an empty stomach. So yeah. Have I always lived in Ohio? Yeah, I have. Sadly, I do want to move out one day, but that won't happen for at least another year. How long ago did you start your fitness Instagram? I already answered this, I think, but yeah, almost a year ago. Were you in a sorority? I was in a sorority for a little over a year. I was in Pi Beta Phi at Ohio State, but like I mentioned, I do pay for school and everything, and supporting myself and paying for the sorority was no longer financially possible for me, so I had to drop. What is it like filming yourself at the gym? Any embarrassing or awkward moments? Okay, so sometimes it does kind of bother me. Sometimes people do give me weird looks, and it does kind of, it does kind of bother me sometimes. People give me weird looks. I'm like, you know what, if you don't want to be in the video and you see me recording, go stand somewhere else. I'm not going out of my way to get you in the frame, but like, you know, if your leg is in the background, sorry. Any embarrassing moments? Nothing really, though. I was working one day and someone came up to me and they were like, I was in the background of your Instagram video and somebody showed it to me. And I was like, I don't know what to say to this. Sorry. That was a little awkward. What are your top go-to meals? Oatmeal. Oatmeal, yeah, oatmeal all day. I love my potatoes and shrimp and veggies. Those are my faves. How did you become a personal trainer? I went through a program at Ohio State that was awesome. When did I realize that I wanted to become a personal trainer? That's kind of the same question. About a year ago, I decided that I wanted to study it. So I bought the book and I started studying on my own, then I found the program at OSU. Who has influenced your fitness journey? This is a tough one. My friends at OSU are like super motivating to me because they're all super smart, super strong and fit and active, and they always like motivate me to want to like keep going. As for like Instagram people, Katie Sonier, she's like one of my favorites. Brett Contreras is amazing. Emily Duncan, I love her and her page. She's awesome. Those are probably like my top 3 like knowledge sources, I guess. Yeah, and then like obviously like my friends, they're all super smart, like I said, super strong. I love all of them. How do you stay fit your first year of college? Don't do what I did, aka drink 5 nights a week and eat pizza 3 nights a week. Don't do that. As for tips, I would just say like make the gym part of your routine, get into the habit early, because by the time I was like a sophomore trying to get into the habit, it was really hard. But I did it, obviously. And then just like don't go overboard at the dining halls. It's really easy with like the all you can eat to like just eat whatever you want. I definitely did that, and there's something wrong with that every now and then, but like don't do that every day because that's not gonna help. How was the experience on getting your job as a bartender? So I already worked at the bar that I work at now as a server, and I got promoted. I begged and pleaded my manager to promote me right after I turned 21. I started working there when I was 19. So when I turned 21, I wanted to work there. I wanted to become a bartender, and I asked my manager, I was like, please promote me, and he was like, no. So that was super shitty, and I was really upset, and I kind of gave up. But I eventually got promoted and had to study, take 2 tests, learn how to pour, and that was it. And now I'm a great bartender. Favorite pre and post-workout snack? Pre-workout, like a snack, I'd say rice cakes with PB2. That's a fave. Post-workout meal, I just love my oatmeal, guys. My oatmeal and my nut butter with protein powder, any of the Bomar proteins. They're just so good. The frosted cookie is so good in oatmeal. So is birthday cake. Honestly, they all are so good in protein in oatmeal. That's like my favorite post-workout meal. If I could eat one post-workout meal for the rest of my life, it would be oatmeal. What keeps you motivated to work out almost every day? Keep a balanced diet. Hi, Lauren, if you're watching this. But what keeps me motivated? I don't know. I've just kind of, it's become so part of my life at this point that it doesn't even feel like it doesn't even feel hard anymore. There are days obviously that are harder than others, but for the most part it's not, I don't know, it's part of my routine, and discipline over motivation all the time. Everybody always says this, but it's true. Motivation's only going to get you so far. I don't know. I had a day a couple of weeks ago when I showed up to the gym and I was like, you know what? I don't want to lift at all. The last thing I want to do is pick up a weight right now. But then I ended up deadlifting 225 for the first time ever. Like, I said to myself, I was like, you know what? You know you don't want to be here, but you're here anyway, so just do it. Like, you're gonna be fine. You slept great the last 2 nights. You've eaten plenty. You're well hydrated. You're fine. You're literally just in your own head. So just suck it up and do it. And that's all it took. As for the balanced diet, again, it kind of just has become part of my routine. And then the other thing that really helps me is that my favorite phrase is, don't take yourself too seriously. If you're not like getting on a stage or competing in like a powerlifting meet or something like that, then you really have a lot of leeway with yourself. You don't have to be 100% on top of your shit all the time. I definitely am not. I do track macros, but only like 60-70% of the time, if that. But I usually don't track on weekends at all. And I do like let myself eat whatever I want pretty much on the weekends and stuff. During the week, I am like, I wouldn't say strict, because that I'm not at all. Like today, like at work, if I want to eat some fries, I will. If I bring food with me, but I decide that I don't want it and I want something from there, I'll eat that instead, and that's okay. I always use work as an example because that's where I spend most of my time if I'm not like at home. But yeah, and then Zach and I, my boyfriend, we go out to dinner all the time, and I don't eat like crazy healthy salads every day. No, where's the fun in that? And yeah, I mean, it's just become, I've gotten to a point in my life where I'm really good at balancing it out. So during the week, like I said, I do tend to like eat more healthy, like veggies and stuff like that. And then on the weekends, I do, you know, Sunday night we made pizza last week and we went out to brunch the same day, and that was fine. And I don't even think twice about doing that kind of stuff because it's just part of my routine. And I know that on Monday, I'm gonna walk into my house and make my egg whites and toast and the veggies and love it. That's another thing that's huge is I only eat foods that I love. I never force myself to eat anything that I don't want to eat. Sometimes I do track out my food for the day ahead of the time, like in the morning, but if I get to that meal and I'm like, wow, that sounds terrible, then I'm gonna make something else, and it's not a big deal. And as for tracking, I do, like I said, I do track, but I always give myself like a macro range. So for example, if my protein goal, I usually eat like around 1 gram per pound of body weight. So I weigh roughly 135. I don't weigh myself, so I really don't know how much I weigh. It could be more, it could be less, no idea. So I aim for between 130 and 140 grams of protein. If I eat a little bit more, if I eat a little bit less, cool, it doesn't matter. So that's, yeah, basically that's just not like being like giving yourself some wiggle room, basically. Especially if you're not competing, then you have no reason not to. I mean, you know, obviously some people are gonna disagree with me on that, but I don't think there's any reason to be super strict with yourself if you don't have to be, you know? Obviously, you know, we all have goals, but you can reach those goals while being lenient with yourself. I've honestly exceeded a lot of my goals that I set for myself back at the beginning by being very lenient with myself, I guess, if that makes sense. My girl Sarah said, do you have calluses from lifting? Yeah, I do. You can't really see them right now, but I don't know, can you? They're not that bad. I don't really do anything about them. I just let them be. I know that's not really helpful, but yeah, they don't bother me. I just let them sit there. Because why not? It's not like I'm shaking a million people's hands every day anyway. There was another question that I knew I wanted to answer, but now I can't find it. Oh, can you talk about the reasons for drinking pre-workout, collagen, protein shakes, whatever? So I personally do not really rely too heavily on this kind of stuff. I drink pre-workout maybe twice a week at the most. I don't really like drinking that much caffeine, so I tend to, yeah, limit that. Protein shakes, I do not drink protein shakes at all, ever, never. People who do drink protein shakes, it's just a reason, it's just a way to get in extra protein if you struggle getting in protein throughout the day. Collagen is really good for nails, joints, hair, all of that. I just started supplementing with collagen a couple days ago. I got it from Beaumart. If you want to check out any of the Beaumart supplements, code Charlotte does support me, helps me pay my rent, all right? Yeah, that's Lainey, my best friend, said, who is your best friend? Is she really pretty and nice and funny and awesome? And yes, she is. She's coming from Europe and I need to go home and give her a hug. Here's another good one. Best tips for building muscle when gaining weight. So that's part of it, is gaining weight. So you're gonna be gaining weight. That's, I think, somebody emailed me the other day and like I haven't been able to make the same progress that you did in 3 months. And honestly, I think that I've been able to make decent progress in a decently short amount of time because I'm not afraid of gaining weight and I'm not afraid of eating. I know a lot of girls are kind of afraid of gaining weight and eating, and I don't know, the stigma around that. And in reality, literally, screw it. Like, being strong and gaining muscle is honestly the most rewarding thing in the whole wide world. It's worth a little bit of fat gain. It's worth a little bit of weight gain. I don't weigh myself, so it doesn't really bother me. I don't think about it at all. As for tips, just keep pushing yourself in the gym. Always make sure that you're either like increasing your weight on things, improving your form, progressive overload. Everybody always talks about that, but it is really important. I am not one for always like pushing and doing heavier weight every single time I'm in the gym, but I am always working on improving my form. I definitely know that my form is not perfect on everything, and it never probably will be, hopefully one day, but I mean, there's always room to improve. And that's a really good part of progressive overload, is working on your form. I feel like I'm just gonna cut it off there. I feel like I've answered a lot of questions and I have a lot of footage and I've never done this before, so this is gonna be fun. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this a little bit. Hope you learned something about me. Hope you, I don't know, stick around, subscribe. Everyone always says like the video, so yeah, like the video. Please, I think it does help support channels. I honestly don't know. I don't really know a lot about YouTube, but it's a learning curve and we're gonna learn together. So yeah, like I said, hope you enjoyed this video, and yeah, I will see you in the next one.